Welcome back to episode 4 of STEM and Society Unplugged. Today we're going to talk about naming compounds. Now, naming compounds will normally be found in an Introduction to Chemistry course. To begin, let's talk about ionic and molecular compounds. Ionic compounds are when a metal joins with a non-metal, and a molecular compound is when a non-metal joins another non-metal. Okay, and an example of ionic compound could be NaCl, commonly known as sodium chloride. And an example of a molecular compound could be H2O, which is water, or the scientific term dihydrogen monoxide. Now, there is still one more common compound, and these are hydrates. Hydrates are commonly when molecular compound, ionic compound is joined by water. So this could be calcium sulfate times 2 H2Os. And the name for this would be calcium sulfate dihydrate. Now, whatever named here, if it's 5, it will be pentahydrate. If it's 7, it will be heptahydrate. If it's 1, it will be monohydrate. Just the pattern. A lot of this is just pattern recognition when naming compounds. Let's get into more examples of ionic, molecular, and hydrate compounds. Ionic compounds. I'm going to write out a couple of names, and then we're going to write the formulas. Potassium fluoride. Potassium fluoride. Writing any type of compound is about balancing the equation. Now, potassium chloride would be written as KF. Simple. Now, another simple one, this time I'm going to write the formula and the name, would be MgO. MgO would be magnesium oxide. Now, again, with the pattern recognition, if you're noticing on each of the anions, the anion is the second element. It ends with "ide." So when you're writing ionic compounds, the metal in the compound keeps its name, whereas the anion ends in "ide." Another one could be, a more complex one would be aluminum 2 oxygen 3. This is written as aluminum oxide. So no matter the amount of elements in one molecule, it does not change the name, at least with ionic compounds. Now, that changes whenever we talk about molecular compounds. Now, molecular compounds are when two nonmetals form a compound. And the rules with this is that the first element element keeps its name, whereas second always has a prefix ends in "ide", just like ionic compounds. Now, the first in the compound can also have a prefix, but that is only if there's multiple in one compound. Let's get into a couple of examples of molecular compounds. Again, H2O would be dihydrogen monoxide. Another very common one is CO2. This would be carbon dioxide. Not that much in our atmosphere, but that's besides the point. Now, last one here is simply CO. This would be carbon. My apologies, that is a bad A. Let me reverse that. Carbon monoxide. Now notice that even when there is only one in the beginning, you do not put a prefix. Whereas if there's only one anion, you do. So remember, if you have any number of anions, you always put a prefix. But if there only if there's multiple first elements in the compound, do you put a prefix. So only 2 and above. Now lastly, let's do hydrates. Hydrates are just normally ionic plus water. Okay? And I already talked about that. So let's end off this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.